Have you ever felt dismissed, as if all your hard work and talent just didn't matter? Maybe you've been turned down for a job and thought, what did they miss that I know about myself? Or have you ever wondered why some of the world's biggest success stories are people who were told no countless times before anyone noticed their true worth? What if the opportunity that slipped away from you was actually their biggest loss? And what if the person they rejected ended up becoming the one thing they desperately needed? In today's video, we dive into a gripping true story, one you've probably never heard before. It's a tale of a talented Black woman who applied for a role that could have changed everything for her, and for the company too. But she never even got past the recruiter. Why? Was it an oversight, bias, or just a sign of how often brilliance is overlooked? You'll learn how that rejection took a surprising turn, flipping the entire situation upside down, and how the company, after realizing their mistake too late, scrambled to correct it in one of the most awkward, yet satisfying, ways possible. This story isn't just about one job or one person. It's about something bigger. It's about how we, as individuals, sometimes get overlooked, undervalued, or ignored simply because we don't fit a mold others are expecting. But here's the thing. Sometimes, it's the people who face rejection who end up shaping the future. So, if you've ever faced setbacks or wondered, what if I'm the answer they're looking for and they just don't see it yet? This video is for you. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how unconscious bias and quick judgments can lead to massive missed opportunities. How this woman's story became an unexpected triumph and a lesson for both job seekers and companies. And why rejection isn't always the end. It can be the beginning of something even bigger. Stick around until the very end, because this story offers more than just drama. You'll walk away with insights into how to handle rejection and turn it into fuel for your success. And you'll also see how businesses are being forced to rethink their recruitment strategies and how they view diverse talent. If you've ever felt underestimated, this story will show you that the spotlight could be just around the corner. With that said, let's dive right into the story. It starts with a familiar scene, a recruiter hunched over a desk, scanning a stack of applications. Hundreds of resumes flood in every day, and each one looks like a small digital puzzle. Names, experiences, qualifications. But in a rush to find the perfect fit, the recruiter becomes laser-focused on filtering through fast. They skim instead of reading between the lines. They look for shortcuts, like a certain degree, a prestigious company name, or something that feels like a comfortable match. This is the first place where brilliance gets overlooked. Among the submissions is the application of a young, highly creative Black woman. She's got all the right ingredients: a degree, experience, passion for marketing, and even a portfolio that reflects originality. But maybe she doesn't have the shiny brand names or buzzwords that recruiters are trained to spot. Maybe her name or background makes the recruiter subconsciously assume she's not the right kind of candidate. This isn't outright racism, at least not in a traditional sense. It's what we call unconscious bias. The recruiter doesn't realize they're operating with these biases. They're just moving quickly, looking for what feels safe and familiar. Without a second thought, the recruiter sends the rejection email. Thank you for applying, but we've decided to move forward with other candidates. This email feels routine to the recruiter, one of hundreds they send each day. But for the applicant, it stings. It's another reminder that even when you have what it takes, the door doesn't always open. Rejections like these are frustrating because they come without feedback, without explanation, and without the chance to prove yourself. What the recruiter fails to see is that this woman isn't just another applicant. She's exactly what the company's struggling ad campaign needs: an authentic voice, fresh ideas, and the relatability that their target audience craves. But this is the irony. The person they rejected holds the key to solving their biggest challenge. And while she reads the rejection email, frustrated but not surprised, the company's marketing team is having a crisis. They'd been looking everywhere for a new face for their campaign, someone who can embody the brand's core values: creativity, diversity, and relatability. They'd gone through meetings, brainstorming sessions, and expensive casting calls, but nothing fits. Time is running out. The pressure to launch the campaign on schedule is mounting, and the team is stuck, unable to find that one person who can bring their vision to life. Little do they know, the person they need was right there, just an email away. But she's already been dismissed, lost in the noise of hundreds of other applications. And the clock is ticking. Just when the company thinks they've exhausted every option, something unexpected happens, a spark they didn't see coming. Late one evening, as the marketing team scrambles for solutions, a junior employee stumbles upon an online portfolio. As they scroll through the vibrant visuals and bold concepts, it feels like the missing piece they've been searching for. The voice behind this work perfectly reflects the campaign's values: bold, authentic, and diverse. There's excitement in the room. This could be the breakthrough they desperately need. But then, something clicks. That name. It seems familiar. They double-check their applicant records and discover the shocking truth. The woman behind the perfect portfolio is the same candidate they had casually dismissed a few weeks ago. The very person the recruiter overlooked now holds the key to the success of their entire project. At that moment, the team is struck by a mix of panic and disbelief. What follows is a frantic meeting. The marketing director calls the recruiter into the room, demanding an explanation. How did we let this slip through the cracks? Do you understand what's at stake? The recruiter, now realizing their mistake, fumbles for words. But the damage has already been done. Their perfect solution was rejected without a second thought. It's not just an oversight. It's a missed opportunity that now comes with a price tag. They know they'll need to act fast before this woman moves on, or worse, before a competitor hires her first. There's tension in the air. The recruiter drafts a new email, this time with a different tone. No more automated rejection template. This message is personal, apologetic, and urgent. It admits the mistake and extends an offer that reflects how much they now need her. But here's the kicker. They don't know if she'll even reply. After all, they've already burned a bridge. As the email is sent, the entire team waits in suspense, watching the clock. Every hour that passes feels heavier, filled with anxiety. What if she says no? What if the campaign crumbles without her? They know that if she doesn't respond soon, the project, and possibly their reputation, will be in jeopardy. The company's email, filled with apologies and a sudden offer, sits unread in her inbox for hours. For the rejected woman, this moment is a familiar one. She's used to rejections, to being told she's not the right fit despite knowing she has the skills and experience. But this time, things are different. There's power in knowing that the same people who dismissed her now need her. The tables have turned, and she can feel it. After reading the recruiter's email, she pauses to consider her options. Should she respond, accept the offer, or should she leave them hanging, just like they did to her? This isn't just about a job anymore. It's about something deeper. It's about dignity, self-worth, and the chance to remind them that talent doesn't always come packaged in predictable forms. She knows she's in a position of leverage now, and every minute she waits adds to the tension building on the other side. Meanwhile, back at the company's office, the anxiety grows. The team checks her portfolio again and again, reassuring themselves that she's the one they need. Every passing hour feels like a countdown to disaster. If she doesn't respond soon, the entire campaign could fall apart. They know that without her, they'll miss their deadline, and the window to make an impact with their audience will close. Then, just when they begin to lose hope, a ping echoes from the recruiter's inbox. It's her response, but instead of the easy, enthusiastic yes they were hoping for, her message is calm, measured, and slightly cryptic. She thanks them for their renewed interest, but makes it clear that she's not the same desperate candidate they rejected before. If they want her now, it will have to be on her terms. This shift in tone unsettles the recruiter. The woman who once seemed like a passive applicant now holds the upper hand. Her response feels like a quiet reminder that talent doesn't wait around for second chances. If the company really wants her, they'll need to prove that they value what she brings to the table, and fast. As they scramble to come up with a better offer, the clock continues to tick. As the tension hangs in the air, the recruiter and the marketing team huddle around their screens, hearts racing, waiting for her reply. The moment feels surreal. They had pushed aside a candidate they now desperately wanted, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The atmosphere in the office is thick with uncertainty. Hope and fear mingle as they glance at the clock, counting every second that passes. Finally, her email arrives, and it feels like a thunderclap. The team gathers, eyes wide, as the recruiter opens the message. What will she say? Will she accept their offer or throw it back in their faces? The email begins with a polite acknowledgement, but quickly shifts tone. She lays out her conditions, emphasizing that she won't be undervalued or pigeonholed again. If they want her, she insists on a position that reflects her skills, creativity, and the unique perspective she brings. The recruiter's palms sweat as they read each line. This isn't just a job offer anymore. It's a test. The company now faces a crucial decision. Do they truly want to embrace diversity and authenticity, or will they revert to old habits? They realize this is more than about filling a position. It's about changing their culture, about growth and understanding the worth of every individual, regardless of their background. But the clock is ticking. She makes it clear that if they don't act swiftly and decisively, she will consider other opportunities. The stakes have escalated. The pressure mounts as the marketing team rushes to amend their offer, hoping to win her over. They meet late into the night, crafting a proposal that recognizes her value and promises a fresh start. As they finally send the revised offer, a sense of urgency fills the room. The recruiter hits send, and there's a palpable shift in energy. They all hold their breath, waiting for a response. What if she doesn't accept? What if their past mistakes haunt them forever? In those tense moments, they reflect on how their oversight nearly cost them not just a talented individual, but the opportunity to transform their entire campaign, and perhaps even their corporate culture. They now understand that talent comes in many forms, and that overlooking someone because of bias can lead to lost potential. As they wait, hope and anxiety swirl together. They want her to see that they're serious about change, about valuing every voice in their team. The stakes have never been higher, and now they're left in suspense, praying that they haven't lost their chance for good. As the hours tick away, a buzz of anticipation electrifies the air. Everyone in the office is on edge, their hearts racing in unison. The revised offer was sent, but would it be enough? They glance at the clock, and every tick feels like a drumbeat of tension. Finally, just when doubt begins to creep in, an alert pops up. She's replied. The entire team gathers around the recruiter's desk, breath held, as the email opens. Her response is a mix of cautious optimism and excitement. She acknowledges the revised offer, but emphasizes that it must be more than just words on paper. It's about building trust. She shares her vision for the campaign, pouring out her creativity and passion for the project. The recruiter's heart swells with hope. This isn't just about filling a role. It's about collaborating with someone who genuinely cares about the work. As they read her words, it's clear she has a unique perspective that could elevate the entire campaign. Her ideas are bold and innovative, suggesting ways to connect with a wider audience and showcase authenticity. The team feels a rush of energy, realizing that they have finally found the spark they desperately needed. Her talent is undeniable, and this is their chance to create something groundbreaking together. However, there's a twist. She insists on a meeting to discuss her vision and ensure that they're genuinely committed to change. The tension shifts from anxiety to determination. The team rallies together, knowing this meeting is crucial. They must prove that they're not just interested in her for the campaign, but that they value her as a person. On the day of the meeting, nerves buzz through the air. The team prepares a presentation, showcasing their commitment to diversity and how her ideas align with their goals. As they enter the conference room, the atmosphere is thick with anticipation. She arrives, poised and confident, ready to share her vision. What unfolds in that room is nothing short of transformative. The team listens intently, captivated by her passion and enthusiasm. They engage in a dialogue, exchanging ideas and exploring new possibilities. With every word she speaks, the team begins to see how her perspective could reshape their narrative, pushing them to new heights. The meeting turns into a brainstorming session, filled with creativity and inspiration. As they collaborate, it's clear that this is more than just a job. It's the beginning of a partnership built on mutual respect and understanding. The walls of doubt crumble, replaced by a sense of excitement for what lies ahead. They've moved from rejection to acceptance, from oversight to appreciation. As the meeting wraps up, a palpable sense of triumph fills the room. They've not only won her over, but they've also learned a valuable lesson about recognizing talent and the importance of embracing diverse voices. The campaign will not only succeed, it will stand as a testament to the power of second chances and the beauty of collaboration. The future looks bright, and everyone knows they are on the brink of something truly special. As the campaign unfolds, it quickly becomes apparent that the woman's contributions are not just reshaping marketing strategies. They're igniting a movement within the company. The ad launches to immediate acclaim, resonating deeply with audiences. Her unique perspective brings fresh ideas that reflect real stories, and viewers can feel the authenticity radiating through the screen. But the ripple effects extend far beyond the campaign itself. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere in the office transforms. Colleagues who once clung to outdated norms begin to embrace new approaches, inspired by her leadership and vision. The team starts to foster an inclusive environment, recognizing the strength in diversity. She doesn't just influence the marketing department. Her impact spreads across various divisions, prompting discussions about representation and equity in every corner of the organization. Yet, as success unfolds, whispers of doubt linger in the background. Some longtime employees worry that their comfortable routines are being challenged, feeling threatened by the shifts she represents. Rumors start to circulate, and questions arise about whether her ideas will last or if they're just a passing trend. The tension thickens, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty amidst the celebrations. One afternoon, during a routine meeting, one of the skeptics confronts her. "Do you really think this approach will stick? Or are we just riding the wave of current trends?" The room falls silent, everyone holding their breath, waiting to see how she'll respond. Instead of backing down, she stands firm, passionately explaining why this is about more than just trends. It's about genuine connection and telling stories that matter. Her resolve earns respect, but it also ignites a fire within the opposition. Doubts morph into schemes to undermine her efforts. Subtle comments are made, and some team members resist implementing her ideas fully. They cling to the past, fearful of change and the unknown. The drama unfolds like a tightly wound string, ready to snap at any moment. In the face of this, she leans on her support system, the team that believes in her vision. Together, they work tirelessly, not just to prove the skeptics wrong, but to strengthen their bond and commitment to the new direction. They organize brainstorming sessions, inviting everyone to contribute, emphasizing that every voice matters. Slowly but surely, they begin to win over even the most hardened skeptics, showcasing tangible results that challenge preconceived notions. As the campaign continues to gain traction, a wave of social media buzz envelops the company. Fans rave about the authenticity and relatability of the ads. More importantly, customers begin to share their stories, fostering a community that thrives on inclusivity. The company's brand image starts to shift, transforming into one that values diversity as a core principle, drawing in new clients eager to associate with a forward-thinking organization. Yet, With success comes scrutiny. The company faces questions from media outlets and industry peers about their newfound commitment to diversity. How did they pivot so quickly? What lessons have they learned? As they navigate these inquiries, they know they must remain transparent. Each victory feels like a fragile glass sculpture, beautiful yet at risk of shattering at any moment. The stakes rise, and they must continuously prove that this isn't just a campaign, but a fundamental change in their identity. Amidst the chaos, a powerful lesson emerges. True change requires not just courage but resilience. As the team rallies around their shared vision, they recognize that their journey is just beginning. Each success, every hurdle, and even the whispers of doubt serve as fuel for their determination. They are writing a new narrative, one that champions authenticity and inclusivity, proving that sometimes the most overlooked voices can create the loudest echoes. As the campaign gains momentum, a powerful transformation begins to take shape within the organization. It's as if a dormant spirit awakens, breathing life into the very core of the company. Employees who once felt isolated in their experiences now find themselves united in a shared mission. The once static culture begins to evolve, opening the doors to discussions that were previously avoided. Diversity isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's becoming a fundamental part of their identity. The atmosphere in the office shifts dramatically. Laughter and vibrant conversations fill the hallways as people from different backgrounds collaborate on projects. Ideas flow freely, igniting creativity and innovation. In meetings, voices that were once quiet now resonate loudly, sharing insights that reflect a broader spectrum of experiences. There's a palpable sense of excitement as they work together toward a common goal, and the energy is contagious. Yet, with this newfound energy comes resistance. The skeptics, those who initially doubted the changes, start to feel threatened by the rapidly evolving environment. They cling to the old ways, fearing that their expertise may no longer be relevant. Tension simmers just beneath the surface, and the divide between supporters and critics grows. It's a delicate balance, like walking a tightrope, where one misstep could send everything tumbling down. One day, during a pivotal team meeting, the atmosphere crackles with unease. A longtime employee, visibly frustrated, stands up and confronts the group. What happened to our values? Why are we changing everything? The room falls silent, eyes darting around, tension thick enough to cut with a knife. The weight of the question hangs heavily in the air. Will this moment spark conflict or lead to a breakthrough? In a surprising turn, the woman at the center of the campaign steps forward. Her voice is steady, yet filled with emotion. She addresses the room, sharing her own experiences of feeling overlooked and the power of being seen. Her words resonate deeply, touching on the fears and insecurities that linger in everyone's hearts. She emphasizes that this change isn't about disregarding the past. It's about building a future where everyone's voice matters. As she speaks, a remarkable transformation begins to unfold. The skeptics listen, their expressions softening as they start to grasp the importance of inclusivity. One by one, colleagues begin to share their stories, revealing their struggles and triumphs. What starts as a confrontation turns into a heartfelt dialogue, a cathartic release of emotions that no one expected. In the following weeks, this new era takes shape. The company introduces mentorship programs that pair seasoned employees with newcomers from diverse backgrounds. They establish regular forums where everyone can share their ideas and concerns. Slowly, the company transforms into a space where innovation thrives, driven by the collective strength of its employees. However, the shadows of doubt continue to linger. Critics outside the company question whether this transformation is genuine or merely a facade for publicity. Articles begin to surface, scrutinizing their intentions. The pressure mounts, and the team realizes they must not only prove themselves internally, but also to the world outside. They double down on their commitment to transparency, knowing that this journey is about more than just a successful campaign. It's about creating lasting change in their industry. As the weeks turn into months, the impact of their efforts becomes undeniable. Sales soar, but more importantly, the culture within the company has shifted to embrace diversity and inclusion fully. Each success story shared by employees reinforces the idea that their differences are their greatest assets. They're not just participants in a campaign. They're pioneers of a movement, redefining what it means to work together in an ever-evolving world. And so, as they stand on the cusp of a new chapter, the air is filled with both hope and uncertainty. The journey has just begun, and while challenges will inevitably arise, they know they are now armed with a deeper understanding of the strength that comes from unity and diversity. As the weeks pass and the campaign flourishes, a profound realization sweeps through the company. Employees begin to understand that the rejection of the Black woman was not merely a mistake. It was a reflection of a deeper issue, an ingrained bias that had clouded their judgment for far too long. This moment of clarity does not come easily. It unfolds like the petals of a flower, slowly revealing the complexities beneath the surface. In team meetings, discussions evolve from mundane updates to profound conversations about identity, privilege, and the power of representation. Employees start to share personal stories, revealing how the rejection resonated with their own experiences of feeling marginalized. One young woman shares her journey of battling stereotypes, while an older employee reflects on the systemic issues he witnessed throughout his career. Each voice adds a layer of understanding, exposing the raw emotions that lie beneath the surface. But as these stories surface, so do uncomfortable truths. Some employees begin to grapple with their own biases and the roles they unwittingly played in perpetuating them. A sense of unease permeates the office as individuals realize that the culture they thought was inclusive had, in many ways, been built on unexamined assumptions. The weight of this realization hangs heavy in the air, sparking a mix of guilt and determination among the team. The atmosphere shifts dramatically during a pivotal meeting, where the team decides to address these issues head-on. The tension is palpable as they discuss ways to ensure that such a mistake never happens again. They brainstorm initiatives that prioritize inclusivity in hiring practices, realizing that their commitment to diversity must extend beyond a single campaign. Each idea sparks heated debate. Some fear the changes will alienate long-standing employees, while others argue that they're essential for a brighter future. In the midst of this chaos, the woman who was once rejected stands up. She speaks not only as a symbol of change, but also as a voice of hope. "We need to create a space where everyone feels seen and valued," she says, her voice steady yet passionate. Her words strike a chord, igniting a fire within her colleagues. They start to envision a future where diverse perspectives not only coexist but thrive. As the discussions continue, the team begins to set tangible goals, aiming to create a new standard for recruitment and representation. They explore partnerships with organizations that promote diversity in hiring, hoping to attract a broader pool of candidates. The commitment to change is palpable, yet shadows of doubt remain. How can they ensure that this isn't just a momentary shift, but a lasting transformation? To solidify their intentions, they decide to launch an internal campaign to raise awareness about the importance of diversity. Posters fill the walls, showcasing powerful messages that challenge outdated perceptions. Workshops and training sessions are scheduled, allowing employees to confront their biases and engage in meaningful conversations. The hope is that through this collective effort, they can cultivate an environment where everyone feels empowered to contribute. But even as the team rallies around their new mission, they know they face an uphill battle. The path ahead is uncertain, filled with potential pitfalls and resistance from those who fear change. Yet, amidst the tension, a sense of camaraderie begins to blossom. Employees are more willing to listen to one another, acknowledging that their differences are not a threat but a strength. As the campaign continues to shine, the realization that they are part of something larger than themselves becomes clear. Each step they take is a step toward redefining their legacy. They are no longer just employees in a company. They are trailblazers, striving to build a future where diversity is celebrated and every voice is heard. And while challenges loom on the horizon, they are ready to face them together, united in their commitment to change. As the company moves forward, the resolution to fully embrace diversity becomes clearer, though not without its challenges. The realization that their previous biases had limited their potential hangs heavily over them. The tension in the office shifts from fear of change to a palpable excitement about what lies ahead. Employees gather in brainstorming sessions, their conversations filled with both hope and uncertainty. They are on the brink of a new chapter, but they know that true change requires more than just words. During one pivotal meeting, the atmosphere crackles with a mix of anticipation and apprehension. Employees share their concerns about the potential backlash from stakeholders who might resist the shift. But alongside these fears, a shared determination emerges, a commitment to stand firm in their beliefs. They realize that the only way to move forward is to confront these challenges head-on. It's no longer about merely participating in a campaign. It's about redefining their entire culture. One day, a surprise visitor appears in the office, a well-known advocate for diversity in the workplace. She brings a wealth of knowledge and experience, and her presence electrifies the room. As she shares stories of other organizations that faced similar challenges, the team begins to see a path forward. Her stories resonate deeply, illustrating the struggles and triumphs of those who fought for change. Employees listen intently, their hearts racing as they grasp the reality of what it means to transform a company from within. Motivated by her words, the team commits to rolling out a series of workshops aimed at not just educating employees, but also fostering genuine dialogue. They know that discussions around race, privilege, and bias can be uncomfortable, yet they also understand that these conversations are essential. The tension in the room is thick during the first workshop. Everyone is nervous about sharing their thoughts. But as people slowly begin to open up, the air shifts. Honest conversations emerge, revealing shared fears and hopes. In one emotional moment, a senior executive shares his own journey of grappling with unconscious bias. He recalls instances where he failed to recognize his privilege, realizing that his position shielded him from understanding the experiences of others. As he speaks, tears well up in his eyes, and the room grows silent, hanging on every word. This moment of vulnerability inspires others to share their own struggles, creating a bond that transcends professional hierarchies. But not everyone is ready for this change. Some employees cling to the old ways, resistant to the idea that their perspectives might need adjusting. Their skepticism hangs like a cloud over the office, threatening to overshadow the newfound unity. Yet, the team is determined not to let this deter their mission. They engage in conversations with these skeptics, emphasizing the value of diverse viewpoints and how they can lead to better outcomes. As the company implements new policies, excitement builds. They launch initiatives to recruit talent from underrepresented backgrounds, not just to meet a quota but to enrich their team. The hiring process transforms, with a focus on holistic assessments that celebrate diverse experiences. The buzz around the office becomes electric as new hires join the team, bringing fresh perspectives and ideas that challenge the status quo. Yet, the road is not without its bumps. There are moments of conflict and misunderstanding, and the old ways of thinking rear their heads. During one heated discussion about a marketing campaign, a disagreement escalates, threatening to fracture the team's unity. Voices rise as frustration bubbles over. But instead of shying away from the conflict, the team takes a step back, choosing to engage in constructive dialogue. They focus on understanding one another's viewpoints, recognizing that growth often comes from navigating discomfort. As the months roll by, the fruits of their labor begin to show. The company's image transforms, attracting attention not only for its products, but also for its commitment to inclusivity. The external perception shifts, and the once overlooked woman who had been rejected in the past becomes a symbol of hope. She is invited to speak at conferences, sharing her story of resilience and the power of visibility. Inside the office, the air is filled with optimism. Employees who once felt sidelined are now at the forefront of innovation, leading projects that highlight their diverse perspectives. The company has not only embraced change, but has become a beacon of hope for others in the industry. They understand that the journey is ongoing, filled with potential challenges, but they are united in their commitment to pushing forward. They have learned that true strength lies in collaboration and the celebration of their differences, creating a workplace where everyone has a seat at the table.